Okay, everybody, welcome back to this episode of the MTG Motion Madness Progression Series. I currently have it all set up to open my packs for Homelands, so we'll see what we get and then go to deck build. I'm a little less hopeful for any big changes happening on this set just because as you saw in the set review, there's not much. But there are a couple cards that could, become useful later, and those are what I'm hoping to see. Okay, God, these are not very good cards. Baldur's Curse deals damage to each creature for each enchantment on it. And then, okay, Walls of Kelp could actually be not too bad if we get into a dirtily deck later. Mesa Falcons are there. Got 3 of the duels. We got Grixis, Bant, and Naya. So yeah, some potential stuff to run with that as we go down the line eventually. Rotorotopter didn't seem the worst. Okay, but yeah, we got 3 Willow Fairies actually. So those could possibly get into the deck. But the annoying thing is that because they're not ones, they actually don't get buffed by Pendlehaven. So even though they're normally an upside, they're a little bit of a downside. Then we did get 1 Memory Lapse, which is good in the long run. Okay, that card's awful. Because a combat trick only for on your blockers is not very good. And this just mills somebody when they get hit. That does nothing. And then this only regenerative blocks blue creatures, so that's nothing. Cemetery Gate could hypothetically be a sideboard card. Sengir Bats isn't the worst thing in the world, but I still think it's hard to actually get going. Aether Storm could be an interesting, mildly dirtily card, but the honest answer is, if it's ever going to do anything, all it says is 4 mana deal 4 to your opponent, because any card that gives your opponent the choice on what to do means that they're always going to get the better option for themselves. Okay, then white enchantments and green enchantments each cost. This could be a really weird sideboard tech card if we somehow get to a Bogglesy format. Okay, and then 4 mana 6/2 that kills itself. Okay. Oh! Yeah, Labyrinth Minotaur really disincentivizes blocking, but it's a 4 mana 1/4, which is not too amazing. Got some Minotaurs that ping. And yeah, we got a Haster. And then just big regenerate boy. Yeah, I don't hate Aaron the Relentless. Oh, we did get an Ishin Shade, which is actually pretty good for later stage sideboard stuff. But yeah, I don't think we're going to be updating the deck too much this week, but I'll see you in the deck screen to show what I've decided to do. Okay, and we're back with the deck. So you'll notice we're still running the red-green thing, and honestly, I left it relatively unchanged. You know, I might eventually, if I come back in a minute and swap out the Ruck Egg, that'll be the thing, but I'll explain what else I did. I took out the 2 Incinerates that were doing basically nothing. I put in the Findhorn Elves, which we got from the prize packs, which now brings us up to a total of 4 Mana Dorks, which is really nice, in addition to our 4 aggressive-y creatures, so we have a good 8 1-drops setup, because, yeah. Yeah, because we got our 2 Script Sprites and our 2 Curt Apes in addition, so it's not too bad of a setup. And then now we also added in, where is it? My brain is dying on what it was that I added besides that. Oh yeah, it was another creature. It was Aaron, the Relentless. So just another way to punch in fast when we need it near the end game. And then also if we've built up enough red mana in addition, because it should only be 1 more than what it was cast with, it can also regenerate a bunch, which hopefully means that if we're playing against something more heavy removal, it can be a little bit nice and able to stay alive. So yeah, we'll see how that ends up going. If I come back in a second, it'll be probably to remove a Ruck Egg or so, because that strategy didn't work too well against hard control. And he still has Necropotent, so there's probably going to be some of that. Okay, yeah, we did come back with the slight update as and bring in Ernemjin, because it could be bad against more creature-based decks, but he wasn't playing one last week, and I think he's still trying the Necropotent thing, if my guess is right. So I put in one Urnum Gin and took out a Ruck Egg, and hopefully that can make us be a little bit more bashy. Okay, and I'm backing in just because I wanted to double check something before I did an outro, but I should have said something about it to make it easier for cutoff points, but I didn't. So that's it for the deck tech of this. I know it's not too complicated, nothing too much changed, but I'm happy that I'm still doing the kind of more aggressive, like Zooey thing. It's at least a little different. I know we're still kind of dominated by fireballs, but that's kind of the best removal I have and the best way of going over top of creatures right now. And there's not much I can do about that. But I think pretty soon here, like with some of the stuff we've gotten, like because as you saw in the price packs, I picked some blue cards. We probably, especially with like the memory lapse, will be able to play blue in the next set or two. Like I actually have some high hopes for like looking at like the. Actually, I can actually just do this now, and like Hunter might look at it and kind of. But I think this will be a fun thing to just say like what my thoughts are, and that is that like we got like some boomerangs, we got counterspell, we got a bunch of flying men, so like we could easily do some tempo stuff. We got mana drain, memory lapse. Like I think we are coming close to being able to like get a pretty okay thing. We got a Serum Dibjin, which kills people very fast, and Vesuvan Doppelganger, which is also very good. We have at least Anon Summon, which isn't awful, and a couple mid-tier counter spells as well. So like I think we're probably like 10 to 15, maybe even 20 cards that I would say are playable because we also have like 4 spikes in blue. So if we just have a good pair of it and like a guaranteed plan, so like maybe blue black, maybe blue red, if like that somehow works out. Blue green could also be interesting because we have Flying Man plus Spindlehaven, but I don't know how well that strategy will actually go. But like there's also Zephyr Falcon Force. So like we got a couple places where it's like if we can have a 30 good card package to combine with like the 20 or so. I say 30 because we're also going to be playing like 29, so like 20 more good cards from another color that'll combine to like a reasonable like strategy. I think we are going to be able to play blue, and I'm kind of excited for it because I think it'll be different and interesting. So that's a nice little wrap up after showing you my deck. So yeah, that's been the video. Sorry if like you didn't like that it got a little bit sidetracked, but I know I've been like playing red black heavily and only swapped a little bit, but it's not what I intend to do forever. It's just it's been taking a while to build a card pool of other stuff, and hopefully we'll find some interesting like changes as the rest of the series progresses. Just Homelands did not add much initially, and we're going to be playing mostly a similar game as last week, I assume, but it'll still be interesting, hopefully a little different. So we'll see you in the gameplay. Yeah.